guys, well, I've been working on some Sinumerik screen sets for a rotary ATC. While I was at it, I decided to create some screen sets for some wine rack style ATCs. I've created several different screens. This one here is for the Precision Matthews. This is a 8-position wine rack. Now this screen set will allow you to use a rack on the right side, or you can use a single rack on the left side, or you can use a rack on the left or the right side. So it's pretty universal in that regards. The main screen is my Sinumerik style screen. Now this screen comes in one for the Precision Matthews. I've created one for the G0704. Just a generic screen for any others. This is my basic Sinumerik screen. Of course, we have X, Y, Z, and A axis. We've got our DROs here for our position. We have our machine coordinates DROs. These here are in degrees for the A axis. I've also added this little LED up here. Now this LED is for whether or not you are in millimeters. So if we select millimeters, you can see that this little LED is on for millimeters. I particularly run mine in inch, so we'll leave it for inch, and you can see that the LED goes off. Over here we have our tool information, our work coordinates, whatever fixture we're happen to be running in. Currently I'm in G54. Now this little tool in symbol here will flash yellow when there's a tool change in progress. We have our feed rate information, our spindle speed information. This is the current file we have open here. We have an MDI line here to enable you to run MDI commands on the main screen here. Something that you can't do in your standard Mach screen here. However, you see I did leave this tab up here for those who wish to run in the standard Mach screen. There are some buttons on here that are not on this main screen. I did try to clean this screen up a bit, make it a little bit easier to use and a little bit more visually appealing. We have our reset, cycle start, stop, feed hold. We have a hand wheel button that will pop up the virtual jog box here. M1 stop override, rapid override, jog override. We have our soft limits and reference all. Now this will reference the machine, and you can see that by the green LED here. We have our flood. This can also be used for mist to turn that on and off, and our spindle on and off. Now the spindle on and off will turn green when the spindle is on and red when the spindle is off. Offset, MDI, diagnostic, settings. We have our Mach main screen, and those are all the same. I've added a probing screen. This has some simple but useful probing routines for the corner, each side, some internal diameters, external diameters, and touching off the top. You can adjust the feed rate of the probing routine here. Now care should be taken with using these probing routines. It hasn't been tested on all different kinds of breakout boards and or touch probes. So use caution when using this. Our ATC screen, again I have this in this screen as well as G0704, the standard CNC for XR7 screen, and I also have created a screen that has a little bit different color combination with the red. We have our setup tab. Again, I've created several different setup tabs for the different screen set combinations. The G0704, I have a red screen setup screen, and the Precision Matthews here. Now, in order to set up your ATC, whether you're using 4 or 8, whether you're using on the left side or the right side, it all gets set up the same. It's pretty easy to set up. You just simply jog into the position shown here and hit the set button. So that's basically how you set up your tool change. Once it's set up, we can now perform our tool change on our ATC screen. Alright, so now that we're set up, we can do some tool changes. So let me kind of go over how this works. Again, you can use the left side or the right side or both sides. And you can use just a 2-position rack, a 1-position rack, 3-position. It doesn't really matter. Just set it up however you wish. Some machines won't have room for 4 positions, so a 3-position might work better. These numbers represent the slot number, however they also will, by pressing it, will load that tool. So let me show you. So we're going to load tool 8, so we pressed 2. We're moving to slot 1 to put tool 1 back into that particular slot. The power drawbar opens, releases tool 1. We're going to move to slot 2 to get tool number 8. We've clamped our tool and we move back to the tool change start position. But you can see the tool 8 is now in the spindle and it came from slot tool. We have our jog override here. We have our rapid override. This delete all button. If you press this, it will delete all the DROs for the rack. However, it will prompt you. So if you hit this by mistake, you can just simply select no. Otherwise, it will make all of these 0. This power drawbar button, if you want to manually insert or remove a tool, you can simply press this button. It gives you a 3-second delay, which should be enough time to remove or insert a tool. We have our low air LED up here. Again, if you have it disabled, it will not look at this. However, if you do have it enabled on the setup screen, then it will look for this when it does a tool change. Let's demonstrate that. As you can see, we don't have our low air pressure, so it prompts us. Let's try that again. We'll simulate this input being good. Now you can see it says our air pressure is okay, and we will now continue with our tool change. We're going to go to slot 2 so that we can return tool number 8. So you can see on our main screen we have our flashing tool here indicating a tool change is in progress. This will probably be the main screen that you'll be using during tool changes. Alright, now our tool change is complete. Well, that's about it on the rack style ATC. So you may not have a need for a rotary style ATC. If you have something custom that you would like, I can build custom screens. If you have a logo you would like to add to the screen set, I can do that as well. So I've created several different looks. They'll all be available on the website if you're interested. Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to comment. Thanks for watching, and most importantly, be safe.